Hey guys, welcome back. This is Storm, and this is episode 81 of my single player Tiveden world. Hope you guys are going awesomely well. So I've upgraded to Minecraft 1.10. It's finally out now for the PC edition of this game, and I'm just testing out things, making sure my world here isn't all broken, making sure that most of my redstone contraptions are working. So that seemed to be working okay. A little bit laggy though than normal, I guess, but maybe it's just my game. Who knows? But that redstone there worked okay. Let's test out the nether wart farm, this little contraption. Let's see if this is still buggy. And it still is. And I'm convinced it's got something to do with a combination of using soul sand and with the pistons, pulling items through. In fact, I should probably look into that a little bit more. So I've just jumped into a creative world here to test out our different theories we have around the items being pulled through the pistons. So this is basically the same setup I've got in my single player world, with the soul sand going to be pushed up, because currently these pistons here are not extended. It's going to push up the soul sand and to basically harvest the nether wart. So let's just do that. So the pistons are up. I don't see any items flying around, so this is pretty much exactly what it looks like in my world. And then when we retract the pistons, there's our problem. So the items are being pulled through the soul sand, through the piston, all the way down to just some open air spaces, it seems. So that is certainly our problem. Now, I did want to test this out with dirt because I wondered if it was just a problem with soul sand or if it's just a problem with the pistons in general. So let's just give this a go. So we've just had carrots here, push them up, and if we retract, look at that. I don't see items being pulled through, so it is quite possible that it is just soul sand related, which is why we're getting items being lost for soul sand. But there should be an easy fix for this. So if I were to reverse it perhaps, so rather than pushing up the block here, the soul sand block, to do the harvesting, what if I were to retract it? So if I plant them when it's up like this, so let's plant down the nether wart, and then what we'll do is we will retract the pistons. Okay, we've got some items up the top, that's okay. Nothing's down the bottom here, don't see any on the edge, so that's okay. And if we push up the pistons, there we go. So we don't have any item loss. Nothing's being interacted by the pistons, it seems. All the items are staying up on the top here. So I think that's what we've got to have to do. We have to basically switch out the logic for our pistons in our single player world. So rather than pushing the block up to harvest, I have to pull it down. So the soul sand is mostly grown. I made this farm just a little bit wider, just added 2 extra pistons down the end here for some extra farming. Most of it's grown now, so let's see how we go with the item loss, if any. And let's see how many we get here. That's not too bad. I think certainly a lot better than it was before, where I was not even getting enough to return to basically replant. So it looks like it's all working, so that's pretty awesome. So in the new update, we do have some new blocks. Let's try and make a few of these. We do have this new block. This what is this thing called? It's called the nether wart block. I guess I should have guessed that one. And I like the look of it. I'm not sure how I'm going to use it, but it looks pretty cool. It's, yeah, I don't know. It's kind of like a raspberry or a strawberry looking color block. I like the look of it. We have a few other blocks as well. We've got, what else do we have? We've got the bone block. I think it's like this, is it? Maybe it's 2x2. Nope. Is it made with bone meal? You can tell it's been a while since I've tried this. Okay, that's how you do it. Alright, so you're going to make some bone blocks like this. Now, this block has some weird textures to it depending on which angle you place the block. So you'll have to keep that in mind if you're going to build with something like this. It kind of looks to me like a stalk of a mushroom, like one of those large mushrooms. I don't know. Might use it, might not. I guess it's a poor man's version of quartz. And you can see that the colours don't quite match here, the textures. So you have to make sure you orientate the block the same way if you're going to build something out of this. But I think it looks okay. And there are fossils now, which I'm pretty keen to try and find. They are very rare, and they're actually pretty hard to find because they can be completely surrounded by blocks to try and find these kind of bone structures. And I do have an idea of perhaps making my own fossil, like if I just basically copy one of the designs that's new in the game onto my island here somewhere, make it look like an open dig or something, and where someone's found a bone fragment. I think that could be pretty cool. Now, what else is there? I think there are some other blocks, and I don't think I've got the right tools for that. So let's grab some more of this. Let's put those two away. and I need some nether bricks, I think. So let's head on down into our blacksmith building here. We should have hopefully a few of these bricks lying around somewhere. Let's see what we've got. What do we have? Whoa, get down my own staircase. Do we have any in here? We've got some. Nether bricks, nice. And I'm pretty sure you do it like this from memory. Nether wart. There we go, red nether brick. Now I think this brick is awesome. Let's try and place it. Here we go. There. I don't know about you guys, but I think I'm really liking this block. I'm not sure how I'm going to use it yet. Why can't I place that block there? It's weird. Huh, there we go. But yeah, kind of the texture of the brick makes it look a little bit more 3D than some of these other types of blocks that look a little bit more flat. But I really like this block. I'm not sure where I might use it in my nether farming area. I don't know what I call that place now. But where I've got my place where I run around and kill mobs in the nether. Perhaps this could be a good place or a different type of block to use in a place like that. So I'll have to think about how I can use this block, but I think it looks pretty cool. There's also the magma block, which is also one of my new favourite blocks, just by the way it looks. I think it's a nicely animated block, looks evil, looks like lava, and it does cause some interesting damage properties for mobs and players, so that could be something interesting we could play with. Now, I do have lava down at the bottom here of my blacksmith building, and it probably look pretty cool to also integrate some of these magma blocks. In fact, probably even out here I could probably put some of these magma blocks down into here somewhere and make it look... In fact, let's try this. Where could I put this? If I just stick one... Ooh. What do we think? It's raised a little bit, which is interesting compared to the lava, but I think that's okay. Now, is this a full block here? No. Okay. I should probably... Whoa. I have to be careful where I step down here. Yeah, I think that looks good. I think I could probably integrate a few of those blocks into an area like this, and I think it could look pretty interesting. In fact, let's try and put another one down here somewhere. Should we go for there? Yeah, why not? Let's try this out. Let's see if we can put another magma block in here somewhere. Makes it look like it's elevated a bit. Is that okay? Let's see what it looks like when we run along here. Make sure I don't fall through. Yeah, I think that's okay. Makes it look a little bit more scary, I guess. So this is an area that I could certainly integrate this kind of block, and I'm certain mob farms rather, will benefit from a block like this. And just by the unique properties of it doesn't actually destroy items if you throw items at them. So there we go. Well, the item fell off. But yeah, you can collect items through a block like this using a hopper minecart. So that can be pretty awesome. Now I know shields have also changed a little bit, and that you can... I don't know if mobs could always carry shields, but I believe you can now, and you can also put shields onto entities, or I guess an arm stand is an entity, so that's something I'm pretty keen to try out. Now I want to see if this guy here will also pick up a shield. Let's see if I can give you a shield, buddy. You gonna pick that up? No? I picked it up. Let's see, how am I gonna give you a shield? Ugh. You gonna pick that up? Oh, he did! Now he's really meaning business, this guy. And yeah, better calm down there a little bit. You look a little angry. You're pacing too much. But yeah, there's another little trick here you can probably do. Where is my dispensers that I brought over? So let's grab it ourselves, a dispenser. Now I should be able to throw that on top. There we go. Now let's see what this looks like. Do I have... Where's another block? I need a button. Where is my wood? There we go. What am I doing? That is not a crafting table. Here we go. That's what I wanted to do. And where is my shield? There we go. Right, so let's give this a go. Let's see what happens. You pick one up. There he goes. My scarecrow is now equipped. And that looks pretty interesting. Of course, I destroyed my crop just then. But yeah, that looks pretty interesting. It's probably the only use that I'll really use for shields, I think, so far. Not a fan of using it, just mucking around and killing mobs, just because I now run around with pretty much my diamond armor. There's no harm in doing so now with mending on everything, because you always get it repaired, and I don't know, a shield just takes up too much of the screen. in my opinion. So that's probably why I don't use it so much. But yeah, putting them on armor stands like this kind of makes my scarecrows look pretty mean and tough. No one wants to take him on now. So he's going to be guarding my crops here with extra, I guess, vigor. So yeah, I think that looks okay. Here you go, Mr. Chicken. So I'm just going to head over to my mushroom island because I am keen to see what it looks like in my world, what it's like with the taller mushrooms that you can now get by using bone meal just on growing those large mushrooms. Sometimes they grow taller than normal, so I want to just check that out. Oh, and before I forget, I thought I'd mention that I did put in some of these iron bars into this makeshift broken down bridge here, just because, yeah, I thought it looked good having another type of block. Now, I did have to use some full blocks to make it join, otherwise it'll be just a floating single bar for the iron rod. But I think it looks okay just by having in a few of these larger blocks here as well, and just mixing it in with the build. So every now and then there's some kind of rundown structures of support beams where we've got these iron bars sticking out, but yeah, hopefully that looks okay. Now I did see some other suggestions about this of perhaps making this whole thing still all connected so you could ride across it if you wanted to, and you're pretty exposed if you wanted to do that, make it a bit more of a thrill ride, I guess, and perhaps even making it look more crumbled and falling down into the lava. So there's a few things there that you guys had suggested that perhaps I should consider in continuing on by little tweaks and changes to a build like this, and that's a few things that I wanted to do, but for now I'm going to leave it as is and just see how I feel just by looking at it for a bit longer. Anyway, let's get on over into our mushroom island. This is a little place that we have down here. I haven't built my new entrance yet. This is still my original entrance, so let's just jump through here and let's pick up some bones on the way. Now we should have some in here somewhere. Is it this one? I've already taken my bones. Ah, there we go. And let's head on into the mushroom island, which is this one. Let's go in through. And let's see if we can plant some of these tall mushrooms. I was trying it out with the snapshots, and it was supposed to be 1 in 12, I think, to be able to grow some of these tall mushrooms, and I was having a lot of problems trying to grow them, so I'll see if I can have any more luck using them now to see if I can grow them. So let's make a whole lot of bone meal and see if they can challenge my very large mushrooms that I created myself. And that was a long time ago that I created these mushrooms. I had a lot of fun doing that, took a lot of time, but yeah, let's see if we can get some of these mushrooms to be a little bit taller than normal. In fact, how are we going to do this? Let's just pick a few mushrooms, I guess, and see if we can just replant them. And that's a normal mushroom. There we go. Check it out, guys. This is what the brown tall mushroom looks like, and I just planted just before one of these large red mushrooms. I think they look really good, nice addition to the game. And I'll put another one up there. You can see the tall one up there. And I think they complement these large mushrooms that I had created a very long time ago. And I think this is going to look nice on newly formed mushroom biomes or mushroom islands, because I think the mixture of the tall and the shorter mushrooms will really add a lot of character to an existing biome that looks pretty good anyway. But I think this is a nice addition, and I think it looks pretty cool how you can plant these as well and grow them with bone meal. So in the previous episode we came in and looked at our cactus farm here and discovered basically we have some kind of cactus cannon now with items shooting up through this central pillar. So I thought, why not add in some kind of on-off switch? So that's what we're going to do. I've yanked out all the redstone that was down the bottom here, and I've actually replaced all the hoppers at the moment. Just put in some signs where we have the water overflowing here, just so we've got a nice central area now. I thought there would be a simpler way to do the gathering of all the cactus rather than just using all those hoppers. And I'm sure it's just adding to lag in my world anyway, so that's what we're going to do. We're going to make this a little bit simpler and put in some on-off switch. So what I'm going to do to start with is create a new catchment area, because we had this 5x5 area here. It's quite a large area to catch all the cactus, and there's a smarter way to do that. So first of all, let's add in a new catchment area. So this goes this way, so let's basically create ourselves a new catchment area. Something like this. Let's just follow this around wherever the cactus can fall down. So here we go, this is where the cactus can fall. And, oh, found some redstone. And if I put down a bottle of water, if I put down a bucket of water here, we end up with a single catchment area. So this is a lot simpler to manage. One hopper is all that's needed rather than the how many I had here before. 17. I had 7. Really? Maybe I had a few on me. I had a few hoppers in here anyway before. And yeah, really you don't need that many. You only need one. So that's what we're going to do. I'm going to work on this a little bit, put in some kind of on-off switch, and then I'll show you guys what I come up with. So it's about an hour later, and I actually forgot to record what I was doing. So I thought I was recording, but I wasn't. So I've gone ahead and finished it, and it's going to look very different, but I assure you it's not that bad. So here we go. We're going into this new area. Well, it's basically a revised area for my cactus farm. The same redstone pretty much applies. I have the same kind of logic. And okay, so let's just walk through this. So we have the cactus that falls down. This is the ring of water stream that we've added. Basically all the cacti now gets moved into this one block just here, which falls into this hopper. This hopper connects up to a dropper just here. Now we've got a comparator just out the back of this thing, just detecting whenever there's any kind of item that goes inside this dropper. So as you can see, there's a cactus in here. That activates the comparator. That activates a clock. So this is a clock just here. So this clock's always ready to go, except for it's being stopped by this redstone torch. So as soon as there's an item that comes through, this clock can go. And this clock does two things. It basically sets off this piston to push blocks upwards. And it also sends a redstone signal around here to just a very quick pulse through this comparator, which basically powers this dropper. So this is how we get items dispensed from the dropper. It gets 4 items dispensed, and then we set the piston off to shoot the items back up to the top. So all this is exactly the same. Nothing has changed from the redstone we had in here originally, except for basically the different blocks that we have in here now with different prismarine blocks. Go with the green theme, I say. And I think it looks okay. I did add this lever here, not that it really needs to do anything. It basically prevents this clock from running at all. If I ever wanted to do that, not that I really need to. I guess if I did flick this on, it means that this dropper could fill up with cactus, and then it's just another storage device, I guess. But there's a better way for me to turn this system off. I was trying to think of how can I turn this whole system off and destroy the cactus, because that's the kind of two things that I need to be able to do. So all I did was just put in a dispenser just here with a bucket of lava. So all I have to do is press this button, out comes the lava, and any cactus that comes over into this one spot area will be destroyed. So that's how I turn this whole thing off now. Cactus will still keep getting produced from the farm, but they'll get destroyed as soon as they fall down into, just basically before it comes into this dropper. So that means this whole system all effectively shuts off because nothing's flowing through the droppers. And it's a pretty simple way to turn the whole design off. If I ever want to turn it back on again, all I've got to do is press the button again. So that's about it. So I thought just before we end the episode here, I'm just going to run into the desert and see if we can find ourselves a couple of the husks. These are the new zombie variants, and I am keen to see, are they readily spawnable or are they quite rare? So let's try and find out. So let's just run around a little bit. Just drank a potion of night vision, so it's a little bit easier for you guys to see. Who do we have here? That's a zombie villager. And come on, do we have a husk? Here we go, here's one right here. How you going, big guy? They are slightly bigger than a regular zombie, which is pretty interesting. I guess they are a variant, so why not have a slightly different dimension? And there we go, so I guess they are relatively common. Sounds are terrifying. But yeah, let's see if we can find another one. Is there any more? Plenty of creepers, my goodness. Let's not go in that direction, too many creepers. Let's see, is that who's that? You are someone I don't want to mess with. Let's keep going this way. Wow. There's too many mobs here that I don't want to deal with. A few zombie villagers actually. Here we go, here's another one. How you going? Having fun? Anyway, there we go. We've got some of these new mobs, and I think it's a good little update. It's nothing. Who's this little guy coming in after me? He's a husk. He's a fast little husk. Let's see if I can run away from him. Gonna come and follow me? You gonna say goodbye to everyone for me? Alright. Thanks for watching, guys. Stay awesome, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Alright. Whoa! Thanks, guys. Cheers.